Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Early Bird. My goodness, yesterday, if you're a Toronto fan, oh, geez. I almost feel bad for Toronto fans today, guys. I honestly do. And I said that last year too, but if Toronto ever let this get to a Game 7, truth is, overall in this series, I think Tampa's been a bit better than Toronto in the series, but Toronto's found ways to win, of course, as we know. So anyway, let's take a look at this, guys. Lightning hold off Maple Leafs in Game 5, stay alive in Eastern first round, 4-2 Tampa final. Let's look at the numbers here. Shots on goal, 38-30 for Tampa. Toronto with a good edge in the faceoffs yesterday, 58% to 42, but couldn't get that big faceoff at the end when they needed it. Both teams 0 for 2 on the power play. Lightning had 37 hits, the Leafs had 44, 13 blocks for the Lightning, 21 for the Leafs. 8 giveaways for the Lightning, 19 for Toronto. Shots on goal per period, 14-9 Tampa in the first, 11-7 Tampa in the second, 14-13 Leafs in the third for that 38-30 total. Scoring? Morgan Rielly continues his good play in the playoffs, opens it up 1-0 from Knies and Tavares at 5:46, and Leafs Nation, of course, is going absolutely nuts. Expecting the party. They were expecting the party at that point. And then Cirelli ties it up less than half a minute later from Hagel and Perbix at 6:12. So 1-1 after 1. Isimos makes it 2-1 at 4:23 of the second, 2-1 Tampa going into the third. Things are still feeling okay in Toronto. They're nervous. But when Nick Paul scores, it's almost like you're rewinding a movie from last year in Game 7. At 11:53, puts it away 3-1 Tampa Bay pretty much at that point. 11:53, you figure you got about 8 minutes left, and Toronto has been coming back. And when Matthews scored, I'm like, oh no, not again. That was my reaction right away. And from Tavares and Matthews at 16:26, that's as close as they got. Kalorum with the empty netter from Edmonton. Cirelli salts it away 4-2 Tampa. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this one because Toronto fans got to stop with the overconfidence. And I'm not saying all Toronto fans, but the Toronto fans in general. If you go read online, they're talking about winning the Stanley Cup. They're talking about this series is over. And you would think from the past, folks, they've learned by now, like this is going to go 7, I think. I really do. They'd have to win all 3 games in Tampa. And if Tampa lose all 3 games at home, the better team moved on. I don't care how lucky Toronto got in those Tampa games. If Toronto wrap it up in Tampa Bay, somehow, someway, even in overtime again, the better team moved on. All right, that is one hell of a heartbreak for the fans, but hey, they're up 3-2. If I'm a Leafs fan and I know we're lucky to be up 3-2 still at this point. You know what I mean? So they're still lucky to be up 3-2, but if it does go to 7, I can't even imagine being a Leafs fan, having to deal with that, really. And the possibility, because I don't think they're going to do it. I'm going on the record. I do not think the Leafs are going to blow this series. But if they ever do, I have no words for it. Okay, let's go over, guys, to New Jersey. Devils shut out Rangers in Game 5, take lead in Eastern first round. As you guys see, 4-0 final. And the numbers. The Devils outshoot them 43-23, and they're full marks for that. 50% on the faceoffs apiece, 0 for 2 the Rangers on the power play, Devils 1 for 5. The Rangers had 43 hits in a chase hits game, I would say, in this one, and 23 hits for the Devils. 14 blocks for the Rangers, 24 for the Devils. 8 giveaways for the Rangers, 13 for the Devils. Shots on goal. 10-8 Jersey in the first, 13 apiece in the second. And look at the shots in the third here, folks. 20-2 Devils in the third. Scoring? Palat unassisted right away in the first minute, 1-0. There's your game winner, folks, 39 seconds in. Unassisted. Second period, Holla from Mercer and Severson at 3:27 on the power play. Makes it 2-0 Jersey. And Mercer on a beautiful shorthanded goal. What a pass that was from Holla also. What a perfect executed shorthanded 2-on-1. Just a blast too. Shesterkin really didn't have much of a chance. Makes it 3-0 at 13:32 going into the third. You pretty much knew the game was over after 2 periods. You knew this game was over. Holla from Hershire and Graves at 14:48 makes it 4-0. Pretty much just salt in the wounds at that point. This New Jersey team yesterday should have won 8-0. Really. I mean, if it wasn't for the brilliance of Shesterkin and Nets, this was a complete blowout that says 8-0, 4-0. It really, to me, this is like a 9-2 win. Really what I seen yesterday. This is how good Jersey looked in this game. They looked that good in this game. They were faster, and they were physical enough, even though the shots don't say it there. They were physical enough in this game. You know, they'd fight when they had to. They'd lay the body at the right times, I found. Their passing was perfectly spot on. I mean, this, you know, if you would have told me after the first 2 games, I would see the complete turnaround in this series like I have here. I don't know if the Rangers are going to have to win at home to force a Game 7. We'll see if they have it in them, because the way Jersey looked in this game, I don't see it. I just don't. It looks like they're going to rattle off 4 straight wins on the Rangers, and that's it. But strange things happen in the playoffs, guys. All right, let's go to the nightcap. Golden Knights defeat Jets in Game 5 in Western First Round Series. 4-1 Vegas final. Numbers. 30-25 Jet shots on goal. I think they had the last 17 shots of the game or something. It was something like that. And the faceoffs 46%, 55 for the Golden Knights. No power plays for the Jets. 1 for 2 for the Golden Knights. 27 hits apiece. 16 blocks for Winnipeg. 19 for Vegas. And the giveaways, 8 for the Jets in the game and only 4 for the Golden Knights. Shots on goal. 8-5 Vegas in the first, 15-9 Vegas in the second, 16-2 Winnipeg in the third. A lot of that, too, though, was with the goalie pulled. They had pulled the goalie with 7.5 minutes left, and the Golden Knights couldn't get an empty net goal. That was a strange thing to watch. 30-25 shots on goal total. Scoring. Chandler Stevenson had a hell of a game from Stone and Howden at the 52nd mark. And then second period, Stone from Pietrangelo at the 42-second mark. And those are backbreakers. Those are just as bad as last-minute goals. Makes it 2-0. Carlson from Mario and Smith makes it 3-0 Vegas. And pretty much you kind of felt the series is over right there, really. Stevenson scores again on the power play at 8:37 from Stone and Eichel. Jack was invisible in this game, by the way. 4-0. And Connor gets the only goal. That's what the goalie pulled in that goal right there, believe it or not. That's his third from Wheeler and Lowry. And really, Winnipeg just go out with a whimper. Winnipeg, I don't know what happened to them. They look, since I know they have some key injuries. I do get it, Morrissey and Scheifele. I get those guys are out, but you got to find ways in the playoffs to wake up. Your unknown guys have to wake up if you have a team. You know, they obviously didn't have that. So what I seen there was a team in disarray at the end. That's what I seen with Winnipeg. I mean, when their coach is even bitching in the post game, and there's something going on in Winnipeg that makes no sense. The first game and a half of this series, if you would have told me they were going to lose in 5, I would have bet everything, no chance, no way. Not the way Winnipeg looked the first game and a half. Once Vegas took the momentum in this series, they never got it back. Not even close. I know they made that comeback, but they had to come back on their home ice. They didn't blow, you know what I mean? They didn't blow a big lead. They came back, which is excellent, but they couldn't close it out because in the overtimes they did nothing in those. No answers for Winnipeg, guys. I don't have any answers. Toronto, Toronto, the fans got to stop being so damn overconfident. Leaf fans assume that they had the series put away. They've done this to themselves before. It's not over. You're playing a team that's won Stanley Cups. You're playing a team that doesn't panic if they get to a Game 7 against your team that does. Because we know if this gets to a Game 7, I don't know. I don't know what Toronto will do. We'll see. They could probably win it, but it's going to be, can you imagine for Leaf fans having to go through a Game 7 again this year? It would be hell for them. Really. I almost feel bad for Toronto fans today, guys, really. Because but this isn't like last year, where I thought Toronto last year kind of deserved that series. This year, they don't deserve it as much like last year. But this year, they've made the comebacks. They've done the dramatic overtimes. They've found ways to win, whereas Toronto last year still found ways to lose. So we'll see. If Toronto ever get to a Game 7 and don't win this series, I think this will be the last time we see Matthews then as a Leaf, really, in a playoff series, because I don't think he'll resign. I think he'll be that upset, really. And New Jersey, guys, right now looks indestructible. They look indestructible. They look like a team that Boston would have their hands full, what I seen yesterday. That team looks really good, so we shall see. All right, guys, I don't know if I'll see you tonight. I might be wrapped in the games like I was here, but we'll see. I know I've been neglecting my Sabres, but tomorrow is Saturday, guys. Tomorrow is Saturday, and I'll have time. See you then.